Blue Lock Chapter 245 is here. We start with the two games happening at the same time, Italy vs England and Spain vs France, as we look first to the match of Manchester City vs the Ubers. Aggie has the ball but Chris shouts at him to pass the ball to Nagi. Nagi passed both Nico and Ryu but then Lorenzo came to try to block Nagi. At this time Nagi is looking a bit distracted as Rio shouts at him to shoot the ball rather than to look at it. Nagi shoots the ball but it was too late as Aiku arrives just in time to block it. Aiku then laughs at him as he says that is this all that he can do? Now that is no longer with Esagi. Well, if I was Aiku I would also question Nagi. I mean, when he debuted in Blue Lock, fans saw him as this interesting character and naturally gifted player with a unique style of playing. Some fans even consider him as the second MC. I mean, he has his own movie coming next year. He thrived when he was with Esagi but now that is no longer with him it feels like he's lost or unsure of himself. Maybe in the future he could have his ego back. Barrow now has the ball and is rushing forward. Rio goes for a steal but Barrow passes it to Nico. Team Ubers is now going for the attack. Barrow shoots but at the last moment the speedster Chigiri blocks it. The ball is in the air but is closer to the Manshine's goal, and all of the sudden U20's ace, Sendo just appears out of nowhere and scores the killing blow of this match as the Ubers wins the game with an impressive 3-1 score versus Manchester City. I thought we're going to see a lengthy match between these top teams, but it feels like a bit of rush. I would like to see 2 to 3 chapters of this match, not this surprise it's 3-1 score then end. It could have been better if the Blue Lock fans could see the full matches of the other teams. Well, for Sendo this explains why he was the U20's ace as is actually a skilled player that we saw not only in this chapter but on the other chapters as well. After the game Aggie and Rio argue with one another as Aggie argues that Rio needs to let go Nagi as is holding down both of their growths. Well, we already saw this in the anime as Rio considers Nagi as his possession cause is the one who discovered Nagi's talent in football. Meanwhile, Nagi asked Barrow of what's driving him to go so far. Barrow answers that he wants to be the best in the world. Nagi adds if what's gonna happen if his dreams comes true. Barrow tells him that he's going to create his own era in football and to take revenge to those who come at him. I guess Esagi is one of those he wants to take revenge of. Barrow looks annoyed as Nagi keeps on asking him and tells him he's just being troublesome right now and says that Nagi isn't just hungry to win and is just not his usual self. I guess the reason behind this is, Nagi has already achieved his dream which was to beat Esagi which leads to him being unmotivated, with no goals, that drastically drops his performance, unlike Barrow whose goal is to be the best in the world, who after experiencing his defeat against Esagi he never lost his hunger and has never lost his goal to become the best. It feels like Nagi at his end with no motivation or goal he cannot move to the level of Rin, Esagi, Barrow and Shidu. We then cut to France vs Spain, as the Demon Shidu wins the game for PXG, with a score of 3-2. As the bastards are watching from Germany's Stratum, Reichi and Gagamaru are amazed on Shidu's movement and acrobatics. Hyori adds that Team Barch's master Lavenho and Batra even scored 2 goals at the end, but it was too late as Shidu scored 2 goals to end the game. So another 3-2 game and just a sudden end, but it is what it is. So Rin just sat back and let Shidu go wild as he scored 2 goals. Again, it would have been cool if we saw their full matches just like in Kuroko basketball. Now it is Germany's bastard Munich vs France PXG, 2 undefeated teams clashing for the Neo-Egoist League Championship. All I can say is we're gonna expect to see some epic moves and tactics by both of these teams. As for Barrow, he really proved why is Uber's ace striker as he still looks to become the best. For Batra and Nagi, they really need to step up now and become even stronger as they are being left behind. That's it for 245. Happy holidays, guys.